Please mute your mics. Okay, so last class we discussed constraints, nothing but some rules applying on columns or tables. Okay, right? And so we discussed not null constraint, which will not allow null values if you apply that constraint on any column, and unique constraint. If you apply that constraint, it won't allow any duplicate values, right? And the primary key, which is very important, which we discussed. If you apply this primary key constraint, it will not allow null values as well as duplicate values into that column or that combination of that columns. Okay, and one table can have only one primary key. So that is the important thing we have to remember, right? So primary key is done. Okay, so we'll discuss about primary key now again. So I'm going to create one table and apply primary key constraint now. Okay, and then after we'll go to foreign key. So what exactly mean by foreign key? Okay, so foreign key is nothing but a reference key. We already discussed. Simply to say, you know, right, what is mean by foreigner? Okay, foreigner means he is not from that country. Okay, for example, we are going to USA. So you will be calling as a foreigner. Otherwise, that USA person is coming to India. So he will be calling as a foreigner. So what does that mean? It means he's not belongs to India. His base location is some other country. He's not belongs to India. Okay, so when is coming to India, right? So that India table I'm calling as a, India table, I'm calling him as a foreign key. Okay, and then who is the parent key? Which is the parent location of him? For suppose if he is coming from USA, that will be his parent table or parent location, for example. Okay, so simply I'm repeating again, there is no confusion between primary key and foreign key. It's a very important concept for us. We are going to use it in the next chapter also, the same thing. Okay, what is primary key and what is foreign key, we should remember. Okay, so I'm just repeating it. Same example. If that person from USA is coming to India, so then he will be calling as a foreigner. Okay, so in India table, he will be calling as a foreign key or foreigner, right? So the parent table will be USA. So that is the link between USA and India. That's it, right? The same way, now we are going to apply this exactly between two tables. Okay, we'll see. Let's go to SQL developer. I'm opening a new session for us. Okay, I'm connecting to this connection and the password connect. Okay, so I'm just creating one table like a parent table like USA in our example. Okay, so that is create table, and I'm creating a table called department. Okay, department, and I'm taking few columns inside of this department number, and I'll store numbers data inside department name, and I'll store varchar2 type of data. Okay, so varchar2 means all strings, right? So I'm just closing it. Done. Okay, just two columns inside of this department table. Okay, so you know already, if you not applying any constraints on these columns, it will allow any type of data, right? If you apply any constraint like a not null or unique, then all those constraints, all those rules will be verified. So as of now, I'm not applying any constraint. Okay, I'm just executing it as it is. Let me see, some error is coming. Name is already used by an existing object. Okay, so what is mean by this error? So the name, whatever I'm using, DEPT, it is already used by an existing object. Okay, so means some object is there already in the database with the same name. Okay, let me give some unique name. Okay, I am giving dept11. Now dept11 created successfully. Okay, now also now I'm creating one more table, emp11. Okay, and the column names are employee number, number type, employee name, varchar2 type. Okay, and taking one more column here, department number, number. Okay, here also I'm not applying any rules. Okay, and just executing it. Table emp11 also created successfully. That's it. Two tables created successfully. Now what I'm doing, I'm trying to insert some data into emp11 table. Okay, insert into emp11 values. I'm passing values to all of those columns whatever I have in emp11 table in the same sequence. Okay, so first one is employee number, I'm passing 101, employee name, passing ram, department number, I'm passing for example 20. Okay, and I'm executing this. One row inserted successfully without any fail. Okay, so now I am inserting one more record into that first table which I created dept11, and I'm passing values now to all of those two columns. Department number for example 20, and then department name is something abc. Okay, one row inserted successfully. Okay, so please observe here, first which one I'm inserting. I'm inserting the record first into which table? Emp table. Okay, first I'm inserting the record now into emp table, and then second time I'm inserting into dept table. Remember this sequence. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'm going to drop these two tables. And I will recreate these two tables with the constraints. Okay, so that's why I'm telling without any rules. When I created these two tables, first time I inserted the record with the department number 20 and employee number 101, and using department number 20 into emp table, and then I'm inserting that 20 department value into dept table. Remember this. Now I'm dropping. Okay, first I'm dropping dept11. This also remember, first I'm dropping dept11, dropped successfully. Okay, now I'm dropping emp11. Okay, both the tables got dropped. Now I'm recreating this dept11 and applying primary key constraint to dept number column. Okay, I'm applying for dept number column, right? So you know already what is meant by primary key. So if I apply this primary key constraint to this department number column, so now onwards it won't allow any null values as well as duplicate values into this department number column. Okay, remember, I'm executing it. Before that, let me clear this everything. Okay, now I'm executing it. Table dept11 created successfully. Good. Okay, now I'm creating emp11. Okay, while creating this emp11, I'm going to apply foreign key constraint. Okay, just now we discussed that USA India relation, right? The same USA India relation here. Here USA is dept, India is emp. Okay, in USA dept table, department number is the person which we are talking about. Okay, so that department number person is coming to India, nothing but emp table for us, so you will be calling as a foreign key here, or foreigner, right? So now I'm just applying this foreign key constraint here. Okay, references. Okay, so what I'm telling, this department number column of EMP table referenced by, okay, which table? Who is the parent? DEPT 11 table. Which column on that table? Department number. Okay, so I'm clearly telling here. So this department number column is belongs to which table? EMP 11 table. Okay, but this department number column is not standalone, right? It is depends on something else. What is that? This department number is references. Okay, nothing but referenced by whom? DEPT 11 table of department number column. DEPT 11 of department number column means this one. Okay, so this is the relation between this. Okay, so the parent table is DEPT 11 table, department number column here, and that is when I'm using that DEPT table department number column in my child table. What is my child table? EMP 11. So then it will be calling as a referenced key or foreign key. Any confusion between these two? Let me execute this table. Any confusion between these two? What is meant by foreign key or what is meant by referenced key? No, right? Now, so in last case, what we did, we tried to insert this record into EMP table. Now I'm going to do the same thing without any changes. See this error. Before there was no error, right? So I inserted that record successfully into EMP table, but now I got an error. If you see this, what is this? Integrity constraint violated. Okay, integrity constraint violated, and it is clearly telling after that parent key not found. Okay, simply to say that USA person simply came to this India without any passport. Understood now? One person from USA came to India without any passport. Okay, here also, what is the problem? Now there is a relation between EMP table and DEPT table. What is the relation between EMP and DEPT now? Which column? Anyone? What is the column I'm using between these two?
Department number.
Okay. Department number. Okay, department number is nothing but a passport for me now. Department number is nothing but a passport for me now. Who I came from USA and my passport is actually department number, but I am trying to utilize that in India, but I don't have passport. That is the problem. Parent key not found is the error. Means I'm trying to insert these values into EMP table. Employee number 101, employee name Ram. No problem about that two column values. The last value which you are passing 20. What is this? Is nothing but a department number, right? This department number value I'm passing as a 20. This value 20 not there in parent table. That is the error. Okay, so 20 value not there in parent table. Simply to say that USA person came to India, and when he is showing his passport, that passport does not exist in the parent table. Parent table means in USA itself that passport is not there. Understood this case? Yes or no? Clear, right, everyone on this? Okay, so what we have to do, whatever the value you want to utilize in your child table, okay, whatever the values, if you want to utilize in child table, all those values should be existed in parent table. Okay, so what is parent table for me here? DPT is parent for me, EMP is child table for me. Okay, so in my child table EMP, I'm trying to utilize this DPT 11 of department number column value 20, but that not existed in DPT number column of DPT 11. That's the error. Okay, so what we have to do now? First, we have to insert this record into DEPT table, and if that value exists in DEPT table, and then only you can use it in EMP table. Clear, right? So I'm inserting this record, inserted successfully 20 value in DEPT table. Now if I execute the same record, no problem, it will go. Any confusion on this? Any confusion? Yes or no? So very important thing I'm telling. So if you have any confusion, please let me know. No confusion, right? Okay. Now what I'm doing, I'm just trying to delete this department number 20. Okay. I'm just trying to delete this department number 20 now from DPT table. Okay. Delete from DPT 11. Okay. Where department number is equal to 20. There may be so many department numbers or so many records in that DPT table. So that's why I just want to delete only department number 20. Okay, let's see what will happen if I execute it. Okay, anyone, what will happen if I execute this?
Department number 20 will be deleted. Row.
Not deleted.
Good.
Not deleted, sir.
Why?
The department number is also in the child table also is there,
In child
That's
table
why
it is there, but so what? If it is there in child table, so what for me?
So, if you
table
want to
depend
delete
on the
One by one.
tables.
You guys come again.
we want to delete 20 department number, then some rules is there, sir, for that situation.
What some rules means? BTM rules, huh?
All delete some cascade rules, sir.
You are telling so much thing. I don't know what even I also don't know whatever you are telling. Whatever I repeated that you can tell about this class if you know. Okay, so Sweta, whatever you told that is also correct, but just now we discussed there is a relation between these two tables now. Okay, what is that relation? Parent and child relation, nothing but I'm using a foreign key here. What is that foreign key? Department number is the foreign key for me in child table. Okay, I'm trying to delete that in parent. Okay, so nothing but that person already came to India with the USA passport, but now we are trying to delete that USA passport in USA, but still is in India. Is it possible? No, right? So the same case here. Okay, so you are telling so much, you guess whatever you are telling may be correct, but about this class, what is the question? For that question you have to answer. Okay, so
Okay,
the question is, I'm just repeating for you only, you guys. What I asked, I just asked what will happen if I execute this.
it's not executed, sir.
You have to say answer only for that. Okay, so it will be not deleted. Yes, it will be not deleted because that record value, department number value 20 using by someone else. That's it. All using in child table. That's it. So undelete cascade, undelete set null. So we have not discussed all those concepts set. Okay. So anyhow, so I executed that and the error is integrity constraint violated. Same error which we got before while inserting the record, but this time the error is same, but extension is child record found. Before the error was parent key not found. When I tried to insert that value 20 into child table, so that time it was telling parent key not found. But now when I am trying to delete that value from parent table, it is telling child record found. So as I told, that person, USA person came to India already with a passport, but they are trying to delete that USA passport in USA country, which is not possible. Okay, so what you have to do then? First, you have to cancel that visa or something, whatever it is there in USA, sorry, in India, and then you can delete in USA. So means first you have to delete this record from child table. Okay, so wherever you are using, from there you have to delete it. But how to know where we are using this? Okay, then there is a table. You have to find it out. I'll show you how to find it out. Okay. Okay, so I'm just trying to execute this. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just accessing this table all underscore constraints, which is having all the constraint names, whatever created. right? And there is a table name also column, right? So let me do one thing. Let me filter it with the table name. Okay, where table name, sorry. So what is the table name? EMP, right? EMP 11. Okay, let me try this. Okay, so this is EMP 11, and there is a constraint one row created here. The owner of this is Varahi, and this is constraint name. Who gave this constraint name? I have not given it, right? So I'll tell you. So by default, for every constraint, whatever you are applying, one name will be created. So that's why the database is able to store that constraints. Okay, so I'll tell you about these constraint names later. Let's see now. What is the constraint type? We already discussed. There are some types of constraints, right? Not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, like that. So this is a foreign key. So that's why the symbol came R. R is nothing but referenced key. R for reference. Table name is EMP11. Let's go. And who is the reference owner? So this column name is R owner. Referenced owner is also Varahi. Okay, let's go. And this is the referenced constraint name. Okay, so like which we created primary key, right? That one status is enabled. And these are all not required. You can go through it later if you want. Okay, so now I got something here, clue. What is that clue for me? So there is a constraint name here, right? So what is that constraint name? This one. R underscore constraint name is this one. Okay, so this is one constraint and this is another constraint. Correct? So let me write one more query now. Select star from all underscore constraints, where what is this name? Constraint name, right? Constraint name in, because I am searching for both together. Okay, so this is a text, right? So I should keep a single quotes for it. Now, okay, if you see this first one 843, right? So 843 is a reference key. Okay, and this is the primary key. Okay, so this primary key belongs to DEPT 11 table. Correct? We created primary key on DEPT table only, parent table only, and this is reference key in EMP11 table. Nothing but a foreign key, right? What is this number? 343 created for foreign key, right? 343 is last, or 43 is ending, right? If you go little right side, and there is a reference to constraint name, it is showing. What is this constraint name? If you see, sys underscore c 008342, right? 8342. If you see this same reference to constraint name in the first table, sorry, in the first row, it's a constraint name in DEPT 11 table, nothing but a primary key. Understood the relation between these two? Okay, so this is foreign key name and this is primary key name. Okay, and what is the relation between these two is this is same constraint name, whatever is created in primary key or parent table DEPT 11, the same I am using here. Okay, so this is nothing but R underscore constraint name. So you have to search for R underscore constraint name with the primary key name. So I'm trying to I'm trying to delete this record, DEPT record, right? So how to know it is there only in EMP table? Okay, so then what you have to do? What is the constraint name of this DEPT table? What is the name? This is the name, right? Just take that name and search in all underscore constraint table so that it will show you wherever that is getting utilized. Okay, so then you have to delete from all those tables, then only you can delete from parent table. Okay, so that is nothing but to search or to find your particular constraint names. Okay, so this all underscore constraint is a data dictionary table. Okay, it will store only constraints which are created. Okay, so whatever the constraints you are applying or creating, all those constraints will be stored in this table. Okay, if we give any name, if you remember in last class we gave some names, cc underscore sorry cc underscore nn underscore cn something. If you give any name to the constraints, that name only will be stored. If you have not given any name, then by default once this constraint will be this constraint name will be created like this. Okay, so in this name, if you see this sys underscore c, okay, sys underscore c is common for all the constraints if you are not giving any name. Okay, if you are not giving any name, so this will be common thing. So then after some numerical part will be there, that is nothing but a serial number. Okay, so even if you see here 8342 is the number, and if you see this above one 8343. Okay, so if you are not giving any constraint name, by default system will generate constraint name for you. So that constraint name will be in this format, sys underscore c followed by some number, nothing but a serial number for that. Fine. Okay, let's go back to this. Actually we were trying to delete this record from DEPT table, right? Let us try again. So this was the error, integrity constraint violated, child record found. So how to found, which tables are using this value? Okay, so like this you can search and delete it from EMP table. Now one row deleted from EMP table. If you delete it now from DEPT table, it will be deleted because no one is using this 20 value. So I can delete it from parent table also. Is clear? Any confusion there? No, right? Okay. Now the last case we'll see. So we deleted, inserted and deleted in first two cases. Now we'll drop these tables itself. Okay. So if you remember, we already tried this dropping. When there was no relation between these two tables, I dropped first DEPT table and then dropped EMP table. So let's try with the same thing now. I'm just going down. See, I'm dropping first DEPT table, same way. Okay, error is coming. What is this? Unique are primary keys in table referenced by foreign keys. So simply it is telling unique or primary key in DEPT 11 table is already getting referenced by foreign keys. Okay, so means in our example already we are using department number column of DEPT table in EMP table. It's nothing but a foreign key for us, right? So what we have to do? So if you want to drop this parent table, then first you have to drop child table, then only you can drop parent table. Okay, remember, if you want to drop parent table, it's not possible. Okay, so if you want to drop parent table, first we have to drop child table and then only we can drop parent table. So what I'm doing, I'm just taking it first now. Let me drop this child table. EMP 11 dropped successfully. Now I'm dropping DEPT 11. It's dropped successfully. Is clear? So we discussed now 3 points. I'm just repeating these 3 points again. It's a very important thing. Listen carefully. Okay. So when there is a relation between two tables, I mean primary key and foreign key relation between these two tables. Okay. So then first case is our first point is if you want to use any data, I mean foreign key data, so that should be existed in parent table first. Okay. If you want to utilize any parent table or primary key data, first that should be utilized in primary table or parent table. Okay. And then second thing is if you want to delete any parent table record, first you have to delete child table record, then only you can delete it from parent table. Third point, If you want to drop your parent table, first you have to drop child table, then only you can drop parent table. Clear about these 3 points? Any confusion? Sometimes you will get a question from this, whatever we discussed about 3 points. Okay, we have some extension to this. We'll discuss now. Before that, if you have any questions, let me know. Clear, right? Okay. Okay. Let's discuss with continuation of this foreign key about these 3 cases. Okay. We'll see what is on delete cascade. Okay. So before discussing this on delete cascade, so generally, what is happening between these 2 tables? If I want to delete something, okay. First, which table we have to delete? First, we have to delete it from
Child table.
child table. Then only, first we have to delete it from child table. Then only we can delete it from parent table.
Parent table.
Okay. So let me write this here. Okay. If you want to delete any record, first we have to delete it from child table. Then only we can delete it from parent table. Parent table when we are not using on delete cascade. Okay, so when we are not using on delete cascade. Okay, so what is mean by that? If you use on delete cascade option, okay, if we use on delete cascade option, what will happen? We can delete the primary key record or primary key value, whatever. Okay, record directly from parent table. Means no need to delete child table here. Okay, directly from parent table. So that automatically foreign key record will be deleted. Okay, so actually what we are doing, first we are deleting from the child table, so then we are deleting in the parent table. But if we use this on delete cascade option, what will happen? You can delete directly from the parent table. So what about the child table then? Child table record also will be deleted automatically. Is clear about this point? If it's clear, we'll just see with example how it is going to work. I'm just going back, creating a new table now, DEPT12, EMP12. Okay, same primary key is there. I'm just executing it. It's done. Now I'm going to create child table. Same thing, same references, everything is same. Okay, here the table name is DEPT12 of department number. But additionally, I'm using one option here, which we discussed now, on delete. Sorry. Okay, so I'm just using this option on delete cascade. That's it, nothing extra. I'm executing this table also. Now also I have a relation between these 2 tables, DEPT12 and EMP12. Okay, but I'm just using one extra option here on delete cascade. Let's see with this all 3 cases again. So this on delete cascade belongs to only this case 2 when you are deleting. Okay, not for inserting or not for dropping a table. Let's see now. I'm trying to insert the data department number 20 into EMP table first. Okay, let me change this table name EMP12, EPT12. Okay, so I'm trying to insert into EMP12. We know this already, right? So when I'm trying to insert this record with the department number value 20, nothing but foreign key value 20 in child table. So it's throwing error, of course, parent key not found. Okay, so means what we have to do? That value, that foreign key value should be existed in parent table first. Okay, so I'm inserting that in parent table. Now I'm inserting in child table. Sorry. Inserted successfully. Good. If you want, you can check the data in both the tables. Select star from DEPT 12. There is a one record. Let's check in another table. EMP12. There is a one record, right? So now we'll go to case 2. So last time, like when you tried to delete this record from DEPT table, it was throwing error, right? So now not required to delete it from EMP table also. Directly you can delete it from parent table. So that was the use of that option, right? Let's see. Now I'm executing it. One row deleted from DEPT 20. So what happened to this data? Let's go and check in DEPT 12. Of course, it is deleted. Not there. What happened to EMP 12? Not there even here also. Okay, so that is the use of onDelete cascade. Understood? If you try to delete it from parent table, so then automatically child table record also will be deleted. Clear? Is about onDelete cascade. Okay. But now I don't want to delete that entire record from the child table. I just want to remove that value 20. That's it. Right? Because here it is deleting entire record, employee number, employee name, everything is going. So what I want to do now, I don't want to delete that entire records. I'm using a different option now, onDelete set null. Same thing. Okay, same thing here also. But instead of deleting this entire record, if you want to delete any record, first we have to delete it from child table, then only we can delete it from parent table when we are not using onDelete set null. Okay, but if we use onDelete set null option, what will happen? Okay, we can delete the primary key value record directly from parent table, so that automatically foreign key record value only will be set to null. Okay, so only that value will be become blank, will be updated to null. Okay, just give me 1 second, I'll just come back. Okay, so when we use onDelete cascade, so then if we delete it, if we delete a parent key record, automatically child table record also will be getting deleted. So if it is a onDelete set null, when we delete a parent table record, automatically child table record value will be updated to null. Okay, same example we'll see. I'm just creating a new table, DEPT 13. With the same thing, creating DEPT 13, successfully created. But now here, instead of using onDelete cascade, I'm just using onDelete set null. Created successfully. Okay, here same thing. So that's why I'm just inserting first into DEPT table, inserted successfully. Now in EMP table, inserted successfully. You can check the data. 20 ABC is there in DPT 12. EMP 12, there is a record with the department number 20. Now, if you delete this directly from parent table, it was deleting automatically from parent table also, sorry, child table also, when it was on delete cascade. But now it is on delete set null, right? Let's see what will happen. Sorry, DPT 13, correct now? Oh, sorry, we inserted the data into 12, not into 13. Let's see. Now inserted. Let's check the data in 13. Okay, so there is a record. Even here also there is a record. Let's go down and delete it from DPT 20. So deleted successfully. Let's go back and check in 13. Of course, there will be a no record. And EMP 13, if you see, what is happening? Give me a second. Where I'm deleting? Anything wrong I'm doing?
Before Sentinel, department 13, sir.
Before Sentinel department that, yeah, correct. No one is observing them except okay. Yeah, so that's why it's not getting, means there is no relation first of all between these two. There is a relation. The relation is with the DPT 12 table. Okay, so okay, thank you. So what I can do now, let me drop this first. Okay, just to avoid the confusion, only I'm dropping, otherwise it's not required to drop table. First I have to drop EMP 13, so I'm dropping it. Now drop DPT 13. Done. Okay, so now let me create this first. Created successfully. Okay, so now everything is fine. Let me execute this also. Done. Inserting first record into DPT 13. Now EMP 13 inserted successfully. There is a record in DPT and in EMP also. Now if you delete it, one row deleted from DPT, nothing but parent table. Of course, there is no record. Now let's see in EMP 13. If you see now, there is a record, but only that department number value became null. Okay, so that is the difference between on delete cascade and on delete set null. Okay, sometime you may face interview question on this. Okay, what is the difference between on delete cascade and on delete set null? If we won't use these options, first we have to delete child table record, then only we can delete parent table record. But if we use on delete cascade option, we can delete the record directly from parent table, so that automatically child table record will be deleted. If we use on delete set null option, here also we can delete directly from parent table, so that automatically child table record foreign key value will be set to null. Okay, so that means if we use on delete cascade option, child table record completely deleted, means all the 20th department records will be deleted in our example like this. So if it is on delete set null, only the department number value will become null. Okay, clear now? So that is about on delete cascade and on delete set null. Let's see other option now. Clear, right? So now, so next constraint is check constraint. Okay. Okay, next constraint is check. So check is the constraint, like how we lend not null, unique, primary key, foreign key. Same way check is also is going to do some action. What it is going to do, if you apply check constraint, it will check for the conditions while manipulating the data, like while inserting or while deleting, whatever it is. While manipulating the data, it will check for the conditions. Which condition? Whatever the condition you gave to check. Okay. So for example, let's go back and create a new table. Create table, and I'm creating a table 9, UMP9, with some columns like this. For example, employee number, employee name, salary. Okay, for employee number, I'm giving data type as number. For employee name, I'm giving data type as varchar2 with some size 10, for example, and the salary is number. Okay, so I'm executing it as it is now, created successfully, and I'm trying to insert the data into this table, EMP9, and I'm passing values to all of those 3 columns in the same sequence. Employee number 101, employee name Ram, salary is 2000. Okay, inserted successfully, no confusion there. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll recreate this table, or let me change this table number 8. Okay, so EMP8, and this time I'm applying this constraint to salary column. You can apply to any of those columns. Okay, you can apply to employee number, you can apply to employee name, you can apply to any column. Okay, so now I'm applying this check constraint to check something. Okay, check, you can write any condition whatever you want. Okay, so I'm applying this constraint for salary column now. So what I want to do, I want to check always this condition. For example, salary should be more than 2500. Okay, so now onwards, if you try to insert any data, any salary less than 2500, it will throw error, right? So let's see, table created successfully. And now I'm trying to insert some data into this. First record I'm inserting like this with the 2000 salary. Okay, what is happening? Before it was working fine, but now check constraint violated. Okay, and what is this Varahi.sys_c something? It's nothing but a constraint name which is created automatically. This constraint name will be created automatically when you are not giving any name. So here I'm not giving any name for this constraint, right? I just written constraint type check, that's it. So when I'm applying any constraint, by default system will create a name for your constraints. So my constraint name here, it is sys_c. This is default thing followed by some numerical number 8350 is created. That's fine. Okay, so now let me try to insert something with the 2500.001. So nothing but simple, little extra than 2500. Let's see, inserted successfully. Okay, let me try now with the 2500 only. Again error is coming, check constraint violated. Okay, so understood, right? What is meant by check? It is simply checking the conditions. Okay, whatever the condition you're giving, so that condition will be verified or validated while manipulating the data. So means when I'm trying to insert the record here, it is checking for the condition. Salary is more than 2500 or not. If it is, then okay. If not, it will throw the error. Fine. So this is about check constraint. And this constraint I applied for which column? Only for salary column. Like that, if you want, you can apply for employee number, employee name for all the columns also, no problem. Okay. So n number of constraints you can apply in a table, no worries. Only the primary key is having an issue. What is that? We should have only one primary key in one table. Okay, but remaining constraints, that's fine, you can apply. Now, so I applied this constraint at column, right? So this is nothing but column level. We already discussed in the last class, we can apply all these constraints at 2 levels. One is at column level, one is at table level. Column level means we are applying for a specific column. Only for that particular column I am applying. Not that means only for one column. We can apply for n number of columns, but applying at individual column level. That is meant by column level. Okay, let's see now the same thing for table level. Okay, so table level means you can apply it for combination of columns. Okay, Now I'm putting a comma here. Before there was no comma, right? So now I'm putting a comma here because I'm treating it as a different thing now. And I'm writing constraint keyword because earlier it was applying for that particular column. So okay, but system may get confusion like it's a column. So that's why I'm just giving a clarification there. It's a constraint, and you can give any name for it. Okay, what is this? Check constraint, right? Okay, you can write check underscore constraint. You can write any unique name. Okay, constraint name followed by constraint type. Constraint type is check, and you can write any condition inside now. So if you want, you can keep that salary condition, no problem. Let me write with employee number this time. Okay, employee number between, I'm just writing employee number between 1000 and 5000. Okay, so this should be between these numbers only, employee number. Okay, employee number between 1000 and 5000. This is one condition I'm writing. So I want to write one more condition now. Okay, let me write one more condition. You can write it by using AND operator, otherwise OR operator. Okay, but my intention is here, I want to check two conditions now. Okay, and employee name, you can write employee name in or employee name between. Okay, let me write employee name in A, B. Okay, just for example, I'm writing it. Okay, C. If you want, you can write one more condition also based on salary. Okay, but now what I'm doing, I'm just applying this constraint for two columns. It's a combination of columns I'm applying now. Let's see. It's a table level. Okay, EMP8 is already used. EMP7 also used. Okay, EMP11. Okay, created successfully. Okay, EMP11 created successfully. Let's see now. I'm just trying to insert some data into this table. Insert into EMP11 followed by values. I'm passing values: employee number 101, employee name Ram, salary 2000. Okay, so we know there is a constraint now on employee number and e-name, both the columns combination, right? So employee numbers should be between 1000 and 5000, means it should started with 1000 and it can be any range in between of this, right? 1000 to 5000. And employee name also should be this A or B or C, nothing extra. Okay, but what I'm doing, employee number I gave 101, it's violating the rule. Employee name Ram, again it's violating the rule. Salary is fine. Let's see. Check constraint violated. Let's do one thing. I'm changing the name. I'm giving A only. Only employee number is 101. Let's see now. Same error is coming. Violated again. Now let me make it 1011. Okay, 1011. It's more than 1000, right? One row inserted successfully. Okay, let's see this way. I'm giving Ram. Number is fine, but I'm giving Ram. Again violated because both the conditions should be satisfied. I'm writing that only, right? Employee number between this and employee name A or B or C. Okay, so employee number is satisfying, but employee name is failing, so it won't allow. Understood, right? So this is what table level applying, and so it's checking for that combination is correct or wrong. So what is the combination here I'm applying? I applied it for employee number and e-name. If both the conditions are satisfying, it will allow, otherwise it won't. Confusion? Okay, so this is about check constraint. Now the last one is default. Okay, so we already discussed it's not a constraint, but which we are discussing under constraint chapter. Okay, so what it will do, if you are not passing any value for any column, what will happen? It will take null value, right? So but instead of that, By default, if you want to give some value to that column, then you can apply this default and give some value to that. So that automatically, whenever you're not passing any value to that column, so instead of null value, it will take that default value. Okay, let's see this. I'm creating a new table now. Create table emp14. Employee number, ename, varchar2 size of 10. Okay, and you can give anything else, salary number. Okay, so 3 columns I'm taking, and we are discussing about default constraint, right? I'm not applying any constraint. Table created successfully. Let me insert some data into this. Okay, insert into emp14, and I'm passing values to all of these 3 columns like this. Employee number I'm passing 101, employee name I'm passing Ram, and salary I'm not passing anything. For example, I'm just leaving it like this, or you can write null. Okay, so however, I'm just trying to pass null value. Fine, right? It's taking that. Let's see what happened to this. Sorry. What happened to this? Salary is taking null value. Okay, let me try to pass the value null in different way. Means I'm passing values now only for these 2 columns, employee number, a name. Okay, let's see. Okay, one more record inserted successfully, but not passing any value to salary column. Okay, so when you are not passing any value, so by default it is taking null only. So what we can do now? So I'm just dropping this table. Let's create it with a default constraint. Drop table emp14. Successfully dropped. Now I'm recreating it. But while recreating it, you can apply this default constraint to any column. Okay, but as of now, I'm applying it for salary. Okay, so you can give any number. If you're not passing any value, so I'm asking to take 1000 as the salary. So in last example, if you're not passing any value, by default, it is taking as a null only. But now it will take as a 1000. Table created, and I'm inserting first record, even second record also. Let's see the data. It's fine. Why it is and why it is? Both the cases, null only before it was. But now, if you see this, first record 101, I inserted like this. Okay, and the second record 102, I passed like this. So when I passed like this, then it is considering 1000 for that salary. Okay, so just to avoid the confusion, okay, just to avoid the confusion, I'm trying to insert one more record 103. Okay, so that time I passed a single quotes, right? Now I'm passing null. Okay, and I'm executing it. One row inserted successfully. Let's see what happened to 103. See this 103 RAM and salary is null only. It's not considering 1000. Okay, just to avoid the confusion, I'm inserting one more record. Okay, so this time I'm passing values like this. Okay, let me pass 104. Fine. Check the data now. What happened to 104? So it is considering 1000. So means intentionally, if you are not passing any null, then only it will consider your default value. So in these cases, 101 and 103, what I'm doing, I'm passing intentionally, so that value null, right? I'm passing here by writing single quotes, and here also I'm passing by writing null. So with intention, I'm passing null value here. So this default value will be not considered that case. So when it will be considered, when you are not writing at all anything, so then default value will be considered. Is clear? Let me write that point here. Okay. Any confusion till there? No, right?
Once again, explain.
Okay, you tell me what you understand.
Sir, salary column, null and 1000 is there. Some confusion, sir.
That's what is the confusion? Okay, I only will repeat it.
Sir,
Okay, see, when you are passing single quotes null, it won't be considered. Default value will be not applied. Okay, simply, okay, blindly remember, when you are writing null directly like this, here also I'm passing null directly, here also I'm writing null directly. When you are writing like this, it will be not considered. Okay, in this example, I'm not writing null anywhere, I'm not passing null anywhere. So by default, of course, it will be considered null. Okay, but I'm not writing null with intention. I'm passing values only to these two columns, right? So, but in this case, I'm passing values to all the columns or whatever, but intentionally I'm passing null to the salary column. I'm overriding that 1000. Understanding? I'm repeating it again. I'm repeating it again.
understand.
Okay, I'm repeating it again. See, in this case, I'm passing values only for employee number and employee name, and I'm passing values. Okay, for salary column, I'm not passing any value, right? Nothing I'm writing. So by default, it will take whatever is there. If you don't have default constraint, then it will take null. Of course, I have default constraint now, so it will consider default as a 1000. But in this case, I'm passing value now to salary column. What is the value I'm passing? NULL I'm passing, right? So I'm passing NULL. So when you are passing NULL, it will consider NULL only. Okay, not 1000. Okay, it will override that 1000. Is clear, you guys? Any confusion?
Clear, sir. Clear.
Okay. Okay, so that is about default. So this is about completely constraints. Okay, so now what we'll do, for tomorrow, I'll just give you one thing. Just try to create two tables and apply the constraints, okay, to the existing tables. Okay, so as of now, we created the tables. Okay, fresh table we created every time, right? But I don't want to create the fresh table. Okay, so I want to apply this primary key constraint, foreign key constraint, check, and everything to the existing tables. Okay, so that you can try for tomorrow. And so already I applied so many constraints till now, right? So for example, I applied primary key and foreign key constraint also. What was the table for primary key and foreign key which we discussed? I think EMP12, EMP13. Let's see. EMP11. Okay, let's see. Select star from all underscore constraints where table name is equal to EMP11. Okay. No, EMP11 is having constraint type C. And this is the search condition we gave it for EMP11, not EMP11, probably 13. Yeah. So EMP13 is having this reference key, and this is the constraint name. Okay. So this is the foreign key, and this is the primary key of another table. In our case, DEPT table. Okay. So whatever it is. So I just don't want Okay, I just don't want these tables. So you can drop it. How we are dropping? First, you are dropping child table, and then you are dropping parent table, right? So what I'm doing, I just want to drop the constraints now, not the table. Okay, I just want to break the relation between those two tables. That's it. Okay, how can you drop? This is already created, right? So what I'm doing, alter table, whatever the table name. So emp11 drop. What you are dropping? Constraint, because there is a drop already there for dropping a columns and all, right? So I'm specifying their drop constraint. And what is the constraint name you want to drop? That constraint name you can specify. For example, this is my constraint name. Okay, so like this you can drop. Now what I'm doing, first let me try to drop parent table constraint. So this is parent table one only, I know. So I'm just trying to drop this. This is from DEPT table, nothing but using now in child table. You can see this, right? I'm using it now EMP table. Let's see what will happen if I try to drop. Okay, what it is telling, cannot drop constraint, non-existent constraint. Okay, and what it is telling, make sure you supply correct constraint name. It's correct only, right? What is the problem for it? Okay, we forget to write it. Today everything is forgetting, but no one is telling. Now let's see. It's a different error. What is this? Table or view does not exist. DEPT11 is not there. Okay, so just to avoid the confusion, it's always better to write here DEPT13. No, not there. DEPT12, DEPT14. We dropped it everything or what? Let me go back and check. DEPT13 is there and EMP13 is there. Let me try for these two. EMP13. Okay. Also, let me try for DEPT13 and we'll see what are the constraint names there on these two tables and we'll utilize them. Okay, so this is for DEPT13 table. This is the constraint name and the table name is DEPT13. Okay, and so this is for EMP13 table and the foreign key name is this is for EMP13, right? So I'm trying to delete this. Okay, I'm trying to delete this constraint and just breaking the relation between these two tables. Okay, so like this you can drop any other constraints also, no problem, but here we have a relation between these two tables, so I'm just trying to drop this. Let's see. So what is the error? This unique or primary key is referenced by some foreign keys. Okay, it is telling, so already someone is using this key as a foreign key. So what is the action it is telling? Remove all references to the key before the key is to be dropped. So it's clearly telling, first to remove all the referenced keys, nothing but foreign keys, wherever you are using this constraint. Of course, in our example, we are using only here in EMP13. So first drop there and come back here. Okay, so let me drop it. Table altered successfully. Now if you drop it, okay, now if you go and check, there will be no relation between these two tables. Means there is no constraint at all between these. Okay, so like this you can break the relation. So now any other table with relation, I want to show you one more thing. before that, emp12, dpt12. Okay, let's see these two. Okay, here also we have something. emp12 is having this constraint and dept is having this constraint as a primary. Yes, there is a relation, right? So now what I'm doing, so before case, when I'm trying to delete it, first I was deleting it from child table, and then I mean foreign key, and then I'm deleting or dropping it from parent. Okay, so instead of that, I just want to drop it directly from parent table. Okay, so what is the number? DEPT12. What is the primary key of DEPT? This is the primary key in DEPT. Okay, so I'm taking it and I want to delete it directly from DEPT. Okay, so of course it will throw the error, you know that, right? Error is coming. But what I'm using a option here. Okay, cascade. Let's see what will happen now. See this message, table altered successfully, means that constraint is no more. So then what happened to emp12? So same like on delete cascade, on delete set null, how it was working. Same way this is working. On delete cascade was when you are deleting primary key record, automatically dependent child table records were getting deleted. The same way here also, if I use this cascade option, whenever I'm whenever I'm dropping primary key constraint, automatically all the child table foreign key constraints will be dropped. Let's see if you want. See, there is no constraint now in these two tables. Okay, so this is about dropping the constraint. Okay, so any confusion, let me know till there. Okay, otherwise we'll wind up the session for today and we'll meet again tomorrow. And by tomorrow, as I told already, right? So what you have to do, create two tables first, EMP table like DEPT table, and apply all the constraints. After creating the table, apply it. Means what you have to do, you have to alter the tables. Okay, how I'm dropping the constraint using alter, same way you can apply alter command to that. Okay, that's it for today. We'll meet again by tomorrow. And 1 minute.